Hello everyone, how's it going everybody? Here's the Sambafying Saturday Sessions number 25. Wow, I've done 25 live streams already. That's quite a bit, isn't it? With this beautiful starting of the fall season day over here in Colorado. I love the fall, it's my favorite season by far. Alright, September 6th, we are starting on time this time. Trying to organize this joint here, you know? Alright, so I know people will start logging in, plugging in, and let me know if you're here, if you're hearing me well and all that jazz, right? I assume you are hearing me great. I think you are. So let me try to get this mic to be in a better position. Alright, we don't need one thing here. We don't need a microphone for my phone. Yes, okay, so now we should be good to go now. So today we're gonna take a look at great samba. That's a old school traditional samba. Not a bossa nova song that we are sambafying or a jazz tune. It's a samba tune. We're gonna go straight into the source. This one is called Tristeza, like sadness, like Tristeza. It's a classic samba. I played this song many times in the past, especially when I lived in Rio for 10 years. It's a really fun tune to play, but I offer you this particular interesting tidbit. I have never played this song in a solo settings like we are going to do, so that's gonna actually be a new thing for me. I never played this song with the whole shebang together. I'm always accompanying someone playing this song, playing with a singer or a melody instrument like a flute or whatever. But a saxophone. But I never play this in a solo guitar setting, playing everything. So it's gonna be a great challenge to do. I literally just started playing this today, this morning, checking out the song and everything, in the possibilities that we can have. So let's get right into it. I didn't find this tune anywhere, surprisingly, because I thought there would be. I found, I had the basic charts with just chord symbols around, but I never had a full melody lead sheet thing. But I did find, surprisingly, like a real book special thing. So I bought the chart, and that's what we're gonna see right now. So let's take a look at this song. This is composed by Haroldo Lobo Niltinho and then Norman Gimbel, I think is the American counterpart there. But those two guys, I definitely know the authors, Haroldo Lobo Niltinho. So this is the layout. I will have to do a second page thing here because this song happens to have 2 pages, and I'm gonna kind of roll the chart so we can see the rest. But this originally in D major, so we'll just take a look at the melody in this song. The harmony in this particular original format is very basic, which is great for us to do, all this stuff they want to do. But and is in D major. So let's just kind of go through it. It's written in 2/4 already. Great. You can see the syncopations there, the Brazilian syncopation figure in there and everything. So you be something like that. Tristeza. second page, rolling the page. That's the song, right? That's the song, and then we go to this little tag at the end, which is my favorite part. La, la, something like that. The coda thing that you can't see here, I'm trying to squeeze that in here, but it just doesn't do it justice. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it that way, but it's just D major, C9. Just kind of repeats that. So that's the form of the song. There's a few things that I will keep most of it. I will just change a few things here and there for the sake of the flow of the arrangement. But we will take a look into depth into what's going on here. So let me. Oops, sorry. I want this to be slower. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Just my skills with all these controllers, man. Okay, let's go back here. Yes, so this is a very sort of basic harmonization of the song. On the second page, right, from the first to the second there. There's an E minor there, right? I personally always play that dominant, for some reason. Caught by surprise here. I will try to keep it dominant there, but just so you know. So the same thing happens on that little tag at the end. You see when I play that I might play dominant, so if I do, forgive me, it's just muscle memory. So that's the tune. Let's go into exploring the tune now. Let's see what we can do with it. Got a few comments here now. People are arriving in the stream. Hello, William. Such great chord smells. Because oh yeah, we only get started, my friend. It's just a basic run through to the song, so we can kind of check out the form and overall kind of feel of the song. But thank you very much. Thanks for being here with us. Cool. So a few things that I personally do on this tune that I will not skip, because I just played that way for many years, so just might as well just straight up tell you how I do it. On this particular D major that stays for a little while, I usually do a little movement on the fifth. That's the first thing I would say. It's a very kind of samba gesture that we do, you know. Do and then I do on the E minor. Alright, another thing I do here is instead of going to A7 or the 5, I usually go to the third first and then go to 5. instead of going to 1, there's a little chant here to go here. So just a few little things in the beginning, but let's just get into the meat of it, the melody, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So the melody is already really ready for us to start applying this so-called Sambafying thing. So again, the principle, the 3-layer system approach. To learn the song, just play the top and play the bottom, right? On this case, the melody and the bass, right? Most of the cases. So that's very simple. That's what you do there, and then something like that. The melody does this thing: 1, 2, ba da ba be ba da ba ba. It's a very common samba thing, almost like a partido alto type of melody. Ba da ba be ba da ba ba. But he's doing that all the time. Usually I smooth it out that a little bit instead of ba da ba ba. Let me show you the melody so you can see here. Second page. Sorry, I gotta go to the first page again. Apologies. Okay, go back to that page here. Okay, so I'm here. Yeah, as you can see on the 1, 2, 3, 4th system, the 3rd bar, 1, 2, ba da ba be ba da ba 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 be da da. Right, great. But then he does the same thing, ba da ba ba, and then the same thing, ba da ba ba. I usually smooth it out that part. So instead of doing that, I do I kind of continue that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th system first part, the G major there with the 2 syncopation figures in there. I just put them throughout the whole thing. That's one thing that I talk about a lot in the BGI. What I call total syncopation. That's when you have that figure connected and connected and connected all the way. So that would sound like 1, 2. So that makes it so easy to do the thing that we'll do, like. It's very easy to put everything together if you kind of rearrange the melody this way, you know, to beat, beat, boom, beat, boom, beat, boom, boom, that way. And then I just kind of continue. And whatever, I'm just messing up the melody here. I do that. So that's one thing I do there. So I kind of take that partido alto, I might do it one time, but I don't do it every time. The other thing is the ending of this phrase, it's kind of going as a quarter note thing. So it's and usually I just keep the syncopation. That's one thing that I do. The other thing that I do is towards the end, second page. Yeah, that part here. You know, the E minor. I don't play that quarter note. I just kind of keep that syncopation going. That's a good one to bring back that partido alto. That's a cool. Or keep that syncopation figure. So, disclaimer that that's what I do. If we happen to be looking at the chart. I'm going to be changing the melody a little bit because, again, that's the whole principle of this thing, right? Is to be able to change things around. So let's get out of the chart view and go back to myself here. So now that we have the melody in place, from agree the change of your chords, then we start the process of combining the top layer with the middle layer. That's kind of what we do. And I show the beginning, right? Bum, bum. So that little end, the little tag. Sorry, I'm not gonna play this key. So I just play the entire thing using the two layers, the top extreme layers, the top and the bottom, to show you that that's the first thing you do. Again, and again. You know, sound like a scratched vinyl like record. Just insisting on the same point, because that's the foundation, man. If you wanna play like the stuff that I do, which is why you're here, that's what you gotta do. You gotta take that melody, play against the bass, so you can figure out the mechanics of the behavior of this melody and how it's going. You just kind of negotiating the activity on the top layer against that foundational bass, and that's it. That's what you do, because when you bring the middle, it's going to be very easy to make stuff happen. So for instance, it can go. Literally not playing a groove and thinking of a groove. I'm just letting the melody play itself. And it's done, right? So the other thing we do, the second part of that strategy that I talk about all the time, is when the melody rests or is long, you bring the groove. On this case, there's a lot of opportunities to do that, right? Right at the beginning. Bum, bum. So the melody rests, it gets long all the time. That's a chance for the groove. So we go. Bum, bum. Then you have it, right? The same thing I did at the tag. Groove. So you see there's a there's a little dance happening, right? Between the melody being the sort of the catalyst for the groove, or when the melody is pulled back, is long or is resting, then the groove comes in to keep the movement going forward. So that's again the trick, that's the procedure, that's the law to play this stuff, at least the way I teach it. So once you do that, you're pretty much done with the arrangement. It's done, right? So I will attempt now to play this in A major, changing key, okay? Just because it's cool to play in A too. It's got a little more meaty, beefier part of the instrument, little middle part. So I will kind of keep in A, but I show in D, which is the original thing. So let's just kind of tackle that before this. Jesse, hello amigo, hello hermano, gracias por estar aquí in this transmisión. And you can see that my Spanish is horrible, but I'm working on it. Estou tentando melhorar, meu amigo. Bom, let's go to the A major version. Cool. So, it's really kind of the fingers on this key. I like it. The tag. That's why I like in A, because it's super nicely sitting, you know, on this register. It's really cool. I like it. Amadio, Grazi, amigo, thank you again for being here. Long time supporter. Thanks for being here, my friend. If you have a question, just let it on the chat. So let's, now that I got the whole melody Sambafying thing out of the way, you know, again playing that with the A major key. Figure out that whole thing, the melody in the top, done. Let's move to the harmony part of this, okay? So you already seen that I did that little movement with the fifth going up, and that's a super common samba thing. If you guys know the classic Pixinguinha song, Carinhoso, I recorded that song, one of my albums, the album Connection. It's a really common movement that we do on the fifth going up, right? It's a common thing. So I'm using that here just because we can, and it sounded cool. So see, it's baked in there, and then I keep going. Maybe go up to the fifth, to the seventh. Sorry. So that's one thing I'm doing there. I'm also doing the third chord there. This. To the 4. Here, a cool thing, a cool sort of gesture riff that I do here, which my good friend, amazing hero Cesar Camargo Mariano, pianist, does a lot. This little chromatic gesture thing. So. So I'm moving the melody, and then I'm matching that with the 7, going down to the 6, along with the third chord. So that's the result, right? I'll show you like slower. Change position here from major 9 just did that. It's a homage to Cesar Camargo Mariano. And then here, you have to play the C7 there, but the chord that I use usually is the 13, flat 13, and here, and then I go to F sharp 7, then B. Here you can do the thing that I call in a couple streams ago, Jobinisms. You know, they call Jobinisms, because he has this thing in a bunch of his songs that he does this dominant to dominant, you know, cycle of dominant stuff, you know. But then he does the 13 in, you know, on the top of the chord. Flat 13. And then on the next chord, which is F sharp, the F sharp sus, and then ninth the melody, flat 9, resolve on the fifth of B. So C sharp 7, F sharp 7, B7. So we do. That's what's happening. But then you have this chromatic line at the top of the chord. So you just have this sort of like a implied counter melody almost, you know, on the top of the chords that move descending and chromatically descending. So we have, it's a what I call Jobinisms, one of many of his, right? That's, I talk about this in previous streams. It's a common thing. If you go to Inútil Paisagem by him, Useless Landscapes, right? You have again, literally the same chord, the same key. That's the thing that he does. So I call one of his Jobinisms is this one, right? So you can use that here. The chord should be moving this way, but you have to play the melody. So just kind of go simple on C sharp 7, like. You have your B7 here. Right? So this is what you do there. What do I do at the end? I do here's a cool thing. The melody goes this way, you know, the flat 9 going this, right? So what I want to do sometimes is try to catch that 13, flat 13, kind of counter melody there with the melody. That will put the melody in the middle there, which is cool. So something like this. You know? So you see the melody stay in the middle, like. And then it came back to the top. So this was a way to keep obviously playing the melody, but honor those top notes in the chords that move, which is a very Jobim thing. Not Jobim song, but a Jobim thing. Right? It's a thing that he does a lot. But in this particular song, which is not a Jobim tone again, is Haroldo Lobo Niltinho, it fits like a glove. And I even show the Jobim one that he does that in Inútil Paisagem and many others. But and then I'm doing this sus chord resolving to the 7, right? Resolving there, right? thing I'm doing, you probably noticed, is that the melody lands on the root of A all the time. So the chord is A, the melody is A, it's kind of in the middle register, so I just don't want to do like, you know, a bunch of this. So I do play the sixth of the chord. Just to give out, you know, just kind of take out a little bit of this kind of weight in the melody, you know, right? Right? Just a simple little trick to sort of ease into the A major, right? We got some questions, and let me get to them here. Joe, hey, thanks, Joe. Thanks for being here on the stream with us. Speaking volume could be increased a bit more so that your chord names and the rest of the info can be heard better. That's the constant struggle here, my friend, is to get this thing to work. You know, this mic would be the solution to that. That's why I put this mic here. But this mic is not doing a lot for us. This is the second mic I'm trying, and this is being a constant frustration on my side over here. I did try the DJI mic the other day on a podcast, and it's very good, but it's like wireless, so I gotta see if it creates any kind of a lag or latency though, because I'm plugged into my interface both mics, so I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm constantly trying to get this better, but thanks for pointing that out. Beautiful chords and love and harm. Thank you very much. Hey David, glad to see you here again, my friend. Glad to be with us. Mark, those of us who are 7th string impaired may have a difficulty capturing the richness of playing in A. That's a good question, Mark. That's a good point there. I think it still would be very advantageous to play in A regardless, because you can play. All this is just game. Oh, this is great. 6 string all the way, you know. All this is 6 strings. Play anything that I'm just occasionally doing that B7, but you can easily do it here. So I will have to keep my point on playing A. Will be good even for 6 strings. But thank you for pointing that out. Joe says, I wish I could play like that. Well, thank you very much. If you practice hard, you can definitely get closer and understand. That is important. That's why I teach. That's why I have the Brazilian Guitar Institute, right? Joe, I'm waiting for your call. Quit stuff as you every week. Look forward to this at all the time. You teach without holding back all the chips and tricks. Yes, I do not hold back, my friend. And that's kind of, you know, one of the things that are cool about this stream is that I just kind of lay out the plan, and that's it. If you want to go further and learn more of really with depth and everything, then you can go to you have 2 options, right? One thing, you can go to my free community, gocollab.com/Brazilian Guitar, collab with 2 L's, gocollab.com/Brazilian Guitar. That's a great free community when I post a lot of tips and a lot of things there with PDFs to follow up with the videos and everything. So go down there, get your account. It's free, totally free. If you want to go deep into this, into my program, as I do have the Brazilian Guitar Institute over here, if you want to book a call with me to talk about that, to talk about these things, to see where you are on the guitar playing, it's also free. There's no charge for that. There's no need for you to have to be in the program. Yes, I do have the program, but I'm generally wanted to check out on your playing, see if I can help. I just had a great call with a friend in Germany Yesterday we talked for a little bit, actually, a long call, and I fixed a bunch of things that he wanted to fix, all for free. If you want to get that call, Brazilian Guitar Talk, schedule, and let's have a chat. So we have more questions here. Merci beaucoup, my friend. My French is not good, but thank you for being here. Reggie, great stuff, Master Reggie, another member of our BGI. Lá do Japão. Taro-san. Sempre assisto seus vídeos para aprender violão, são incríveis. Taro Hishima, hello from Japan, Gabriel-san. I will always watch your videos to learn guitar. Taro Mishima, Taro-san. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. I absolutely love Japan. I went to Japan in 2018 and I can't wait to come back to Japan. It seems I am gonna come back to Japan next year. Wait, because it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to be back in Japan. And it seems, I think I will come back next year. So I won't spoil the surprise, but I hope to see you there. Taro-san, thank you so much for being here, my friend, and keep watching the videos. Okay, so where were we here with this stuff? So we got the framework of the melody, we got everything going. We got now a new key that is really cool and kind of register friendly for us to play. You can still play in D major, by the way, right? This is D major. It's gonna get a little trickier, right? And then I'll probably go here. There we go. There's your D major key. But going back to A. Got that cool possibility there with more beefier register. Cool. So harmonic wise, that's what we got. One thing that you can do that I actually didn't do on my play along that I will play is between the first chord and the second chord. You can put a diminished chord there, which is really, really cool. So check it out. When you go from that chord to this chord, you can put a diminished chord there. Check it out. Very cool. I didn't put that on the play along, but it's too late now. But you can put that diminished chord in there, which is really cool. What else I do? Anytime I go from that 4 chord, you know, to that other chord, to that 7 flat 7 dominant chord, I do a dominant sus thing, especially on the little tag. I do a sus there. I just like this up, and then resolve, right? Another thing that I do is on the dominant, the 5 chords. I do the sus, obviously. Cool. But towards the end, I did a few times, I also do the sus flat 9. So that 9 here, which is here, the F sharp, which I also like. So that becomes basically a D major over E, and that becomes a D minor over E, which is cool. I just like it. Just tell me what I use. So use that too. So you know, you can use that as well. Acordes maravilhosos, cheio de cores, esperando one of your classy solos to check the struggle with the voice leading. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's coming out. Let's see what I can come up with solo-wise. Let's just move there now. Part 3 of the live now, improvisation. So I did prepare, obviously, a little play along of me playing through the form. So I'm gonna try to solo on that, and then we will kind of comment a little bit on what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna try to play. Hopefully my computer is not gonna just like go weird on me, because it did a few times. If it does, I will just stop and you know, we'll come back, but hopefully it won't be a problem. I'm just letting it play a little bit. So okay, let's try to play this thing. So about the form is going to be just like I played the solo form, and I'm doing the I'm doing all that, then the same form, then again Tristeza, just the form, then the tag again. And here something different that I used, that I did on the improvisation part. I did use the so-called Samba cadence that I also teach in the BGI. Instead of playing going to the 4, I did go to the ultra dominant chords, sharp 1, D sharp half diminished, then D minor 6, and then sharp, and then going on. But on the second time with the tag, I did, instead of, I did just put that in there for color sake. So you hear that hopefully with my solo, and let's just give it a try and see what happens there. Here we go. right. She wasn't half bad. I could have worked a little better on the half diminish that I put there, but I did hit there. So I did those sus chords, and as you saw at the ending, I did a little pedal. I did put that sus flat 9 there, right? And then end there. Okay, cool. What did I do? Beginning, first chord. I can play over A major first, you know. Cool. But I was trying to make a point in showing those chromatic movements on the fifth, right? So I did. So whenever the harmony moved, I tried to move the solo. So I tried to assess that. And then on the second time that we played, I did that again, but like I just kind of put that inside the line. I did that too. And then on the B minor the second time, I just stayed in a note and let that voice kind of go on itself, right? Which is also cool. So I kind of show two ways. You can kind of catch a ride on the line and acknowledge that movement in the line, or you can just stay and play a note that is a cool kind of anchor point for the chord. In this case, I stay on the third, right? On B minor, and let that fifth move, so get the color. Right, so that's cool too. Then we have that 2-5-2, just regular 2-5 language thing. One time on another, I did alter the dominant a little bit. I did put the flat 9 a few times there. Yeah, what else did I do? Did I remember? On that, that's the 5 of the 5. Dominant, other dominant, classic leading dominant, right? The sharp 11 sound. That's the fourth mode of the melodic minor, the so-called leading dominant. That's what you do there. I was basically playing F sharp melodic minor. Right? Over this. And then kind of mixed legion. Occasionally I did put that flat 9 on the sound there. Just to get a little color. And then on the tag, I was actually starting to get a little more tonal. I was just kind of just kind of play around a little bit of D major. And kind of play around with a little bit. And then proceeded to play over these dominant chords, you know. And then I did a few times I did the Herbie thing that Amadeo check out last time. Did you see Amadeo? I did the Herbie thing twice. And also for Mark, because Mark is one of our members of the BGI. We talked about this thing last meeting, about the Herbie thing, because he didn't hear about the Herbie thing at the time. So now he knows. Explain in detail in our meeting. And I did use it here on the, when I got that B7. I did it here going to the E7. I use it twice, just make sure you guys noticed. So tell me, Amadeo and Mark, if you check out the Herbie thing going on there. I use it for you both. Yeah, that's kind of what I use. And then on the I did mention that flat fifth, right? The bass changed, the chord changed, but I was there. I addressed the chord. So yeah, that's what it was. Stunning Waters, thank you, my friend. And then Mark did catch that. I know you did. Yeah, so I think now we'll kind of head into the latter part, the part 4, which is the kind of solo part, right? The whole shebang together, the fully sambified version of that. GS absolute trademark. I wish, my friend, I wish it was my trademark. As I said, it's a Herbie thing. You know, I'm just trying to tag along and use a little bit of his mannerisms. But on guitar, maybe on guitar not a lot of people use it, but I do, so I like to use it. It was cool. Cool. So before we go, the shameless plugs again. If you like this stuff, I do have, you know that all the you guys are here. I do have tons of content available besides this live stream that happens most Saturdays. I have another great community for the Brazilian guitarists who are interested in learning this stuff. That's the Brazilian guitar, contemporary guitar, and you access that community with this. GoCollab.com/Brazilian Guitar, collab with 2 L's, Go Collab with a K, Brazilian Guitar. Go there. There is content there, which is great. I'm always updating the thing. I have tons of videos that I haven't had the time to upload yet, but I will. The next step, if you want me to really check out your playing, you know, and assess what you are, I do have a chance for you to do that by booking a call with me, BrazilianGuitarTalk.com. Again, it's free. You don't charge anything. We just have a Zoom meeting, we talk. I look at your playing and everything else, and I give you tips and things like that you want to improve, give you some kind of a plan for you to improve your playing. And yes, of course, I do have the Brazilian Guitar Institute, and we can talk about that there, how to get into that. It's a really hefty program. You can check out more about it at BrazilianGuitarInstitute.com. You're going to have all the information there. You can book a call on there as well, but those are the things that you can do if you want more information about that. Jorge, obrigado, gracias por ti, por estares acá, conosco, con nosotros. Thank you so much for being here. And let me play this thing now, the fully sambified Tristeza, Haroldo Lobo Niltinho. Great samba song. I'll try to play in A major, obviously, but I don't know, maybe I'll go to D as well. Let's see if we can come up with. So ending was a little weird, but you got the point. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. Davi, Catatildo, chegou no final, hein? Questions. Batucada would be a great tune to showcase. Amazing. Oh, thank you very much, William. Batucada. Okay, he's talking about Tânia Maria one. Which one you refer to? Put here in the chat. Just make me smile, beautiful. Thank you, David. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for following along. Swing. Tem que rolar o swing, né, Catatildo? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Again, if you want to check out some of the stuff, there's free content here. GoCollab.com/Brazilian Guitar is free. Just make your account, enjoy. I'm posting stuff there. It's great. You're gonna like it. If you want to get in a call with me to assess your playing, just to chat or whatever you want, it's free. There's no obligation to join the program. The program exists. You can also talk about here, the Brazilian Guitar Institute. If you want to know more about it, you can visit the website and check out what it's about. I have been in calls with people here already on the call. You don't need to join, but you should definitely join. So, without further ado, I'll say bye for now. It's been great to be with you, and hopefully we get to do this again next Saturday, hopefully. So I had 2 lives in a row because I was away for a bit, but now I'm back. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, another perk from the Brazilian Guitar Institute folks who are now members, they get the live stream, they get the summary of this. Hopefully I have time to do it, but also they're gonna get the play along that I use here, so they can practice themselves as well. They're gonna have access to the same play along I did. I upload there on the platform, but only if you're part of the program, the Brazilian Guitar Institute. You should join it. You should book a call with me to talk about whatever you want, but also to join if you want. But also there's free stuff here. Go Collab, Brazilian Guitar. Get in there, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. It was great to be with you. Thank you so much. From all over, we got Japan, we got all kinds of places. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for being with me, and see you next week. Have a great weekend, you all. Bye-bye.